Hello everybody, this is Mr. Storm. In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete the stats page assignment. And with this assignment, we're actually going to be creating a web page that has a table inside of it. We're also going to review some of the skills that we learned last week, and we're going to create a list as well. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new REPL. It's going to be an HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And I'm going to call this... let's see. What should I make my What should I make my stats page about? Let's do. My favorite movie is Avengers Endgame, so I'm going to call this Endgame Stats. All right. So yeah, let's make a page about Avengers Endgame, and let's add some stats to it. All right. So let's clean up our environment here. We need to get rid of the JavaScript and the CSS page, and let's get rid of the code corresponding with those. Let's get rid of all that. Let's replace my title with something interesting. Endgame. Okay, cool. So now we actually can start building our web page. The first thing I want, obviously, is an H1. Avengers Endgame. And I'm just going to add a really quick paragraph here. Some info about my favorite movie, Avengers Endgame. All right. So if we look at the assignment description, it says that we need to use a list of some sort. So I'm going to go ahead and create a list. I'm going to start the list with an H2. And let's see, movies before Endgame. I'm not going to list all of the MCU movies that come before Endgame. I'll just do 3 really important ones. So let's create a new... let's do an unordered list. We'll just make it a bulleted list. One list item will be Avengers, obviously, right? We'll do Avengers Age of Ultron. And Avengers Infinity War. All right. And then let's finish off my unordered list. Let's go ahead and take a look at my website to see if it actually looks kind of good. So I'm going to run it. All right, perfect. So I have my H1 up here, some info about my favorite movie, Avengers Endgame, movies before Endgame. So Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Infinity War. All right, so I have my list in there. Now let's start thinking about my table. First, I'm going to put another H2 in here just so I can tell people what's coming next. And I will say Endgame Cast. H2. All right, perfect. So I'm going to create a table now. And inside this table, I'm going to have, let's say, we'll do 5 rows. And I will have, 3 columns. So 5 rows, 3 columns. So the way I like to think about making tables is I like to think about my rows first. So we have 1 row here. So anything that goes in between these two is going to be inside that first row. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. So I have 5 rows, right? That helps me to organize this a little bit better in my brain. And the first row is going to be made up of table data. The first cell in my table is going to be actor. And the next cell in my table is going to be character. So the character they play. And let's say, hotness, right? So how hot do I think they are? This could be trouble. This could be problematic. All right. So in my first row, so this row is going to be dedicated to Robert Downey Jr., right? Actor, character, hotness. So the actor's name is Robert Downey Jr. And, oh, not table row. See, I'm making mistakes. That's what happens. All right, so Robert Downey Jr., his character is Tony Stark. And actually, I'm instead of hotness, because that could be a problem, plus, I mean, all of these people are hot. They'd get a 10 out of 10. I'm going to say superhero. So like the superhero that they play. And I'm going to say he is Iron Man. All right. So that is that row. So we have 2 more rows to go. So let's go table data, and this is going to be Chris Evans. And table data, he is Steve Rogers. And then the superhero is Captain America. All right. And then, let's see. Ant-Man is a pretty big part of Endgame, so let's do, and there's dozens of characters in this movie. I'm just going to do 3. So Paul Rudd, and because I don't want to be here all day typing stuff. He plays Scott Lang, whose superhero identity is Ant-Man. Okay. Oh, I have another one. Let's just do those. Okay. Now I have my table row, close tag, table row, close tag. I've missed my table end tag, so let's go ahead and add that in. Okay, so now the structure of my HTML should look pretty good. Now notice I have my all my stuff in there. Here's the problem. I wanted this top row to be headers, but I actually created them as table data. So I'm going to just go in there and fix that so that this is a header, because I want these to all be table headers. The top line in my table, I want it to be a header. All right, now let's run it and see what the difference is. Okay, there we go. So now it's center aligned that information, and it's made it bold. Okay, so now we need to add some CSS. I want to design this a little bit. So inside my head section, let's create a style tag, and let's create a style end tag so I don't forget to do that later. And let's create a let's say the background hyphen color is going to be, let me just indulge me for a second, Adobe color. All right, and let's see. Let's go with, you know what? Avengers Endgame color scheme. So we have this nice purple. Those are good Infinity War colors. Let's actually, let's use, I like this set right here, this Thanos color set. That looks pretty nice, but it doesn't give me any of the hex values. So I'm not going to want to use that. All right. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Let's just grab this one. I think this would be a nice background color. So 626EDA. DA. And I want my font family to be sans serif. Let's check those changes to see if that worked, and it did. So now it's all sans serif, and that's exactly what I want. Okay, now I need to organize, I need to dedicate or start styling my table in some way. So I want my table's background color to actually be background color. Let's make it white so that I can see the table and it's different from the rest of the stuff on the page. That's nice. I like that. Now I actually want to add a border. So let's do table row, table header, and table data. Let's add a border. 1 pixels solid black, and border collapse is collapse. All right, let's run it that and see if my... Okay, that looks pretty cool. I like that a lot. And actually, I want my border collapse to be inside the table here. So let's do that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so now my table looks pretty good. Maybe I want my table header to have a different background color. So let's do that here. Let's do TH, and we'll change that background hyphen color to be maybe a nice gray. Let's do like a light gray. Let's find one. That's not bad. C1, D6, E8. Let's copy that, bring that over. And I didn't need the extra hashtag. Thank you very much. And let's run it. Okay, I'm feeling really good about this table now. The only issue that I have is that notice how Robert Downey Jr.'s name is a little bit too close to the edges here. I want to give this whole thing a little bit of padding. So I'm going to give all of these, let's say, 5 pixels of padding and see how that feels. All right, that's a little better. Now it's a little bit nicer. Okay, so with, in about 10 minutes, I've created this page that has some information about my favorite movie. I've made it look kind of nice. I've actually styled it a little bit. I'm going to make one more change just because I am kind of... I'm noticing something that I don't necessarily like. Let's change the color of my headers. Yeah, maybe I don't like that as much either. Let's try to change it to this color so we have a little bit more consistency. That's a little better. I like that a little better. Okay, cool. So now it looks pretty cool. I like it. And it's been designed, it's been styled. I have a bunch of style code in here that's making it look nice. I have my table in there, I have my list. This looks pretty good. All right, I'm pretty happy with this. So as a reminder to turn in your projects, once you're happy with them, once you're done, you're gonna click invite, generate a join link, copy this, and paste it into the submission in Canvas. Let me know if you have any questions or if any of this stuff seems confusing. This padding is something new that I just decided to throw in there. This border collapse property or border or whatever, all this stuff is new stuff that we learned this week. So again, if you have any questions about this and how all of this works, let me know. But other than that, have fun, make some cool stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.